everybody, my name is Misty. I am going to show you today how I normally do my makeup to go out. I am by no means a makeup artist. I just really enjoy doing makeup. The first thing I do here is pin my hair back so I don't get any makeup in my hair. Then I prime my face with this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I normally only prime my forehead and my cheeks and down in my smile lines because those are the areas that I tend to get either oily or that tend to crease on me. And just massage that in. The next thing I do is apply my foundation. I am using this Wet n Wild Photo Finish Foundation in the shade Porcelain. I dab that in little spots all over my face. And then I take my Real Technique sponge here and just blend that in. My next step is I take this Revlon concealer in the shade Fair and I dot it under my eyes, between my eyes, around my nose, and on my chin. Those are the areas that I normally have dark circles or redness. Then I take that same Real Technique sponge and just blend that in on top of the foundation. I will also blend this on top of my eyelids as a primer for the eyeshadow that I'll put on later. Next, I'm going to take this Mercier transparent setting powder and just set underneath my eyes. This prevents my under eye area from creasing. Now I'm going to take this powder brush from E.L.F. and lightly set the rest of my face with that same Mercier powder. Now I'm going to take my spoolie and comb through my eyebrows and prepare to fill them in. Next, I'm going to take the Define a Brow pencil from Maybelline and lightly fill in my eyebrows along where they normally grow. I do have one brow that is a little fuller than the other. I tend to pull the other one out when I'm not paying attention. Next, I'm taking this Makeup Revolution palette, sold at Ulta, and I'm going to be using the shade Cork out of it to set where I fill in my brows. And just to give them a little more dimension. I'm going to take my spoolie again and comb through my brows once more just to make sure all that is blended together and doesn't look drawn on. Right. Next, I'm going to take this Tarte bronzer in Park Avenue Princess and just bronze the outer perimeters of my face and a little under my cheekbones. And all of a sudden I don't look so pasty white in the camera. Now I'm going to take this blush by Clinique in the shade Sunset Glow and blush the apples of my cheeks. This may look a little bit intense on camera, where my face is oily, makeup seems to fade very quickly on me, so in a little bit you're going to see that that blush just doesn't really show up anymore. I'm going to take the highlighter shade in the Maybelline Master palette and just highlight the tops of my cheekbones. And I'm going to take my finger here in a moment and highlight down the center of my nose. Now I'm going to take that same bronzer and the EcoTools double-ended eyeshadow brush and contour the sides of my nose. Now once I have everything on my face, I'm going to take my Real Technique sponge again and just blend everything in so it melts together flawlessly. Next, I'm going to take the 25B palette from Morphe. I'm going to take the first shade in there and just lightly set over my eyelids to give us a smooth canvas to blend on. Now I'm going to take this brush that I got in an Ipsy bag. I don't know who makes it. I'm going to take the second shade in that palette and just start darkening up that crease. Now I'm going to take the fourth shade. It's a little more of a orangey brown shade and continue to build upon the crease area. Next, I'm going to take the last shade in the top row. It's a little more orange and a little darker, and I'm just going to apply that lower into the outer corner of my eye to add depth. Next, I am going to take the second shade in the third row of that palette and with my finger dot that all over my eyelid. Now I'm going to take that next to last shade in the top row and go over my crease again just to make sure everything is blended. I'm going to take that first shade, the matte shade, and go under my brow bone. And now with that EcoTools dual-ended brush, I'm going to take the darkest shade that we used and go real close to my lashes, not bringing it down too far. Now with the other end, I'm going to take the next to last shade and blend out what we just did on the lower lash line. So it makes the outer corners of the eyes look lifted and blend together. I felt like the eyes needed a little something, so I went back into that Maybelline Master palette and took the highlighting shade and patted it on the inner quarter of my eye. Now I'm going to take my eyelash curler, this one's from E.L.F, and curl my eyelashes. I hold it there for a few minutes and then I give it about 5 to 10 pumps and move on to the other eye. Now I'm going to take my mascara. This one is by Smashbox. It's called Full Exposure. Now I'm going to just wiggle that and work that into my eyelashes. Me being the weirdo that I am, I'm going to use the Smoky Eye Mascara by Bobbi Brown for my lower lashes because the brush is smaller and more fine and easier to wiggle into the lower lash line. And finally, I'm going to take this liquid lipstick by the brand Stila in the shade Caramello and line and fill in my lips. I typically like to start off in the inner center of the lower lip. Kind of helps build a base, so all I have to do from there is line the outer perimeter of my lips. And that is the finished look. Thank you for watching.